I do like yours a lot, but is it loyalty roast?
I can change reality.
Hold
Oh,
on.
that's coffee?
Yeah, that's coffee.
Loyalty roast?
Loyalty roast. Yeah.
I'd be afraid to drink that. Are they trying to chemically make you obedient?
I have a good coat now. After I drink this, I'm gonna have a shiny coat. Apparently, I
Is
kind of
Lindsay
look like.
trying to tell you something?
I guess actually no. This is Gino. Gino just left these like I was like, oh, and I went to and check this out. This is gotta love people around here because I'm like, oh, they bought me a box of coffee.
A
It's
box. They
empty.
didn't say it was full of coffee. They bought you a
No, they just
box.
he told me it's because it has a pretty dog on there. I was like, but where's the coffee? Like, I need the coffee part, not the dog. Like,
That
Troy, us
box ain't
radio.
got caffeine.
I know what am I supposed to do? Eat the box? Like, is it so? Is it like eatable coffee, or how does that work
Fiber
out? Oh man, I definitely will have a really good bowel movement after I have loyalty roast.
or paper cuts.
Eh. Oh, I get started there. Welcome everybody to Zia Comic Weekly. Bringing it to you guys a day early. We get ready to nerd out for the next half hour. What is going on? Troy the Sleepless, who is now on his third Friday, he says it's been a heck of a week and it's barely Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, we got the Alamogordo store is doing their soft open this week. The grand opening is July 7th, but we gotta do a thing to work out all the kinks. So they were open yesterday and Monday, and they'll be open, today, tomorrow, Friday. Then the long 4th of July weekend is going to be closed, and gear up for July 7th.
Man, it's just next week already.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. So for those that are just finding out or have been living under a rock, what's going on? Let people know what's happening. Of course, the big grand opening, and it's going to be block party style.
Yeah. It's coinciding with Alamogordo's. They don't call them First Fridays; they call them Downtown Nights, and they block off like the 800 block, sometimes even the 900. The 900 block, and sometimes the 800 block of New York Avenue. Like you said, it's just like a big block party, man. They bring in food trucks. The Immaculate Car Club is going to be there with some of their, their collectible cars. There's going to be music. I think the Boccaccio Brewery thing over there is going to have a beer garden set up out on the street.
Nice.
There's going to be a costume contest. It's superhero themed. We're kicking in a free weekend pair of tickets to Las Cruces Comic Con to the winner.
Nice.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. And especially just something to get out and do and to just go have fun. I mean, I know oftentimes, families are looking for, to be able to get out and go have some fun. And yeah, give us a reason to go out to Alamogordo and go nerd out at the new Zia Comics.
Yeah, trying to bring the nerdy on the other side of the mountain so they don't have to travel so far.
I know, right? They're like, we know that drive sometimes can get a little tired. I mean, you've done it a lot.
It's getting to the point now where I kind of zone out and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm at White Sands.
wait, when did we get to White Sands? What's happening?
How did I get here?
You know what? That's funny. That's how I am when I'm driving to Deming. I'm driving, and next thing I'm like, oh, wait, I'm already here? What happened? I was like, I feel like I just got the car to cool down finally.
When you're familiar with the drive, it seems like you just zone out.
Oh, man. But, Troy, it has been a long time coming for this. I mean, how long have we been talking? I mean, for almost quite about a year, huh?
Ad nauseum. Yes. It's been over a year.
It really has. I mean, it's
been
just
closer to 2, actually.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember the last when you did a show from there and you just got the walls painted. So it's like, okay, and I'm waiting for some shelves to show up, hopefully, and we'll see what we're gonna do about this internet thing. But yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. I just took a couple of we got some more pinballs for the arcade over there. I took those over. And they're delivering some cabinets July 5th. Hopefully those will be the last batch of cabinets. They delivered the Coke cooler today or yesterday. No, they delivered it yesterday. I'm still trying to get the drinks ordered to fill it. They're having problems with that account. So
yeah. It's like, yeah, it's
always
just minor things. Well, it's always those last minute things that it's like, what can give me a headache today? Oh, there's this little thing that we got to get done yet.
Yes.
No, man. So, But no, I'm excited, man. Next week already, we're gonna see the grand opening. It sounds like a lot of fun, man. Even for those that are, looking for something to do, on that day. I mean, go spend an afternoon in Alamogordo. Seems like there's a lot that's gonna be happening on that day.
Yeah, especially with it being superhero theme. Thank you, Alamogordo Main Street, for doing that. Bring the kids out. Even adults love to wear costumes. So hey, I'll be wearing one. So you guys should come down and wear one too.
I mean, it's no secret here. If they tell any one of us to wear a costume, I'm never gonna say no. I'm never gonna be like, no, I don't feel like it. I'm always like, okay, first, will it fit? And two, do you mind if I sweat a lot in it? I will pay for the dry cleaning if I need to, and then we're
So
okay.
the better ones, they have fans in them.
I thought the little fans were. I mean, that's maybe I should probably stress it wasn't one of the better costumes. So the fan wasn't one of the better costumes. So I'm basically just circulating hot air in the last costume that I had. So yeah, make sure you get a good fan with your costume and don't try to do like Joey and get a oh hey, this is cheap. It'll work. No, it doesn't work.
Yeah. And you're wearing a suit like that, don't eat Taco Bell earlier in the day either.
I know, man. I don't know.
There's
I
no
was like,
ventilation.
live Moss. There you go.
Chalupa.
Somebody had a gordita crunch.
It was me.
That's so gross, man. So
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, y'all. I know it's still too early. Some of y'all still trying to have breakfast this morning. Then Las Cruces Comic Con. I did notice for those that are getting tickets, there was some changes to your website. I did see your post. If we want to let people know where they can get the tickets for Las Cruces Comic Con.
We moved it over to we got the URL LasCrucesComicCon.com because the .org was just really messing with people's head. We got that back we've had that website since the first Las Cruces Comic Con, and we were always told, hey, if it's a business, you can't get a .com, you got to get a .org. And we were new. We're like, okay, we're going to get .org.
Yeah.
Yeah, we regretted it. We're moving everything over to .com now. So it's all there. It's LasCrucesComicCon.com. I've been adding the guests to the guest list. We haven't done an official announcement yet, but they're coming. If you want to see, just go over to the website and click on guests, man. It's not hard. It's really easy. It's clicky.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. I mean, you're in front of your computer right now. I mean, as we're saying this, you can open up another window and you can check it out and you can see that, oh, hey, look, this is who's going to be showing up. Some great guests. Of course, you got just to name just some of the few that I've seen so far. And then plus the good thing about Las Cruces Comic Con is you guys also bring in, different something for everybody. It seems like we talked about this last week, Lindsay being excited for this. And then you got, Gino that's going to be excited, myself that will be excited. There's just a different aspect to Comic-Con that there's something really for everybody.
Yeah, it's people always complain, oh, Comic-Con, there's not a lot of comic books here. Well, it's evolved past that. Comic-Con is now a pop culture type event. So we try to cover, like you said, all the genres. We're bringing in a wrestler, bringing in a movie person, a comic book person, cosplayer. I mean, we're trying to cover all the bases with Comic-Con. Now, our stuff that's niche, like the anime and the horror, of course, those are going to be solely those genres, but Comic-Con, big umbrella.
And it's just for those that are not familiar with it, like Troy said, it really is something for everybody. And I mean, I witnessed this at the last Las Cruces Comic Con where you had the kids that were excited to go see their favorite voice actors. But then you had the parents that were like, wait, Ted DiBiase's here? And like it's amazing because then now there's like this, it almost seems like you just bring these different, you clash these genres together to where it's like it really is like dad is happy to go see someone that he grew up with, whereas the kids are excited to see, the voice actor that voices their favorite, cartoons or anything that they may watch.
Yeah, like I said, we want everybody to have a reason to come. We don't want dad to bring the kids and then dad be sitting there bored the whole time.
Yeah. Oh no, there's plenty to do. There definitely is plenty to do, plenty to check out, and especially with the vendors too, because there's always something unique with the vendors. The vendors always have something pretty cool going on. Whoever gets involved, from the artists to just everything that's there.
Yeah, and this year we've got the whole convention center too, so there's going to be even more vendors. There's going to be a lot more stuff to look at.
Man, and then you wonder why he goes by Troy the Sleepless because yeah, it's not that far away.
It'll be here before you know it. It's crazy
Uh,
how quick that
I
comes up.
I can't believe we're already getting into July. Like, I'm just like, oh yeah, he's got Alamogordo coming up, but no, that right after that, that's just one thing, and then he's got to worry because then in August it's Comic-Con. So
Oh yeah, and then start
uh,
gearing up after that for Horror Fest. So it's never
I did
ending.
see, I did see something. I know not to get too far into. I did see something on social media. So Horror Fest is going to happen, right?
Oh yeah, in October
Yeah.
7th and 8th.
Yeah. So yeah, that will be around the time that we can say, hey Jackie, can you tell us about your favorite scary movie?
She's going to sit in on that week.
I know she's like, hold on, I want to have this discussion about favorite scary movies. So we could definitely tell. Like I've said it before. I'm scared of scary movies. I can't do that. I'll have the night terrors.
Just waking up screaming.
Hey, it has happened, okay, and that happened when I was 35. So no shame,
Toy Story 2 was kind of scary.
bro. I tell you, man, I was freaking out. I was like, Woody's not gonna get back to his family. What's happening?
Oh no, hugs a lot. Don't do it.
Oh man, well let's nerd out, man, because there's a lot to get to. We'll start off with Indiana Jones. So Indiana Jones, let me get the title because I mean it's never just Indiana Jones. It's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It is predicted to earn $140 million in the upcoming opening weekend. Are we done with Indiana Jones? I did hear a trailer say that this may be the last of his adventures. So
Well, with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, they were trying to prime Shia LaBeouf to be the next. Yeah. And we all know what happened with him. So now they're back to just Indy. And some of the previews I saw, some of the scenes look kind of hokey, but then you got the action scenes and the chase scenes. And the Indiana Jones always has the best chase scenes. So
and we're still making him run after all these years. Like, how are we not getting this guy a Segway, or can we get him something? Like, he's 80, 100 years old, and we're still making him do these action movies.
yeah, it's not really him.
I know. It's like, oh, he's got a Segway to get him to the next scene, or at least to catering.
Yeah, that's a stand-in. It's a 20-year-old stand-in.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I was about to say, I was like, I wish I could be that active as Harrison Ford, but if it's a stand-in, then I need to be as active as a stand-in. So yeah, 140 million supposed to make. That's a kind of a big number for me for an Indiana Jones movie. You're talking Marvel DC
How
numbers
did
at this
Crystal
point.
Skull do?
I'm not too sure, but here's the thing that I have an issue with. You are predicting this amount, but they're saying that it costs $300 million to make.
And half of that was Harrison Ford's pay. Yeah, I don't.
It was
I don't see it making that much. Yeah.
It was his
Well, him and
medication.
I think they pulled Jonathan Rhys Davies back in also.
Yeah,
He's a great actor, done a lot of stuff. So
yeah.
I don't think it's going to make 140 million. I really
I,
don't.
I don't know where they're pulling this number. I don't see it. I mean, if the Flash didn't get anywhere close to the number that they were predicting, I don't see this Indiana Jones movie getting close. And then again, I don't know how it's going to mean with people going to the movie theaters now that we've kind of gotten over that hump of big blockbusters we were wanting to see. I think kind of after the Flash, it was going to start cooling down at the theaters for a bit.
Well, I'm hoping the movie producing people will look at this and say, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't be exclusively in theaters. Let's go
I,
back to that thing that HBO tried, where 1 month in the theaters, then stream it."
there's just got to be a better strategy for this, man, because I mean we're all getting, and just the way we consume our content, especially when it comes to superhero content and anything that's action, anything that's whatever the case may be, there's got to be a better way. And if HBO did this, I could really see, I mean HBO, I'm sorry, we're calling it HBO Max, it's the Max now. uh they could be a serious contender for Netflix if they were to go around this model, but also in the same breath, make sure that whoever's a part of this movie that they're getting paid, and you don't have a Scarlett Johansson situation on your hands.
Yeah, you might have to have lawyers look at that contract and restructure it appropriately.
Yeah, well, we'll see, but I don't predict this movie. I think the next time we chat, I think we're going to be talking about how not a lot of people, and I don't think a lot of people are interested to see Indiana Jones. I mean, are you like, this doesn't even seem like, I mean, it showed up on my headlines this morning. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, if it pops up while I'm flipping through the channels, I might stop and watch it. But I'm kind
Yeah.
of over. I'm kind of over Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I mean, I think we were all kind of, even with the Shia, I think we were just more curious as to see what they were going to do with the LeBouf, and it just didn't pan out.
What was his Mutt? Right, it was Mutt. Was his
Yeah.
name?
Something. It was a
Yeah.
weird.
Come on,
Obviously, it's one of
Spielberg.
those. It's one of those movies where you watched it one time and then you're like, I'm not going to go back to it ever again, unless it's
No,
on TV. It might be background noise, but no, I'm not watching that.
no, no.
Never again.
I'm gonna pass.
How are you doing on Secret Invasion? Have you are you up to date?
I watched the first one, and that's about as far as I got.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I just watched a few, just got a little sneak peek of the first one. I just watched the first episode just a little bit, didn't finish the full episode. But I do like kind of like the tone of it. I do like there's like a certain tone to this that I think is gonna be a little more darker. I don't think you're gonna get a lot of like comedy moments, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how Samuel L. Jackson progresses as far as his storyline, because like you said, his character is a badass, and I think we're gonna get to see that.
Yeah, the only thing, well, I don't really want to say because it might be spoilers. I don't know how far you watched into it. But
Yeah.
a character I was really looking forward to, looks like they bit it. They bit the dust.
Okay. So yeah, no, don't do that. The other reason I say that, I've watched a few minutes because I have a little one at home that loves remote controls right now. So the minute we start something, the next, he turns it off, and I'm like, well, guess we're not watching that today. So
Mine is that if I leave it sitting on the couch, the dogs will walk across it.
right, and then next, they like for some reason happen to like land on main menu to where it restarts the whole thing. So, Secret Invasion, it is a limited run series. So I'm wondering where to they're going to go up to. I'm wondering if the series will lead up to maybe events of Loki, because we know Loki is going to be coming out later this year.
Yeah, probably. I think Marvel's this is gonna be Marvel's Flashpoint, like Flash is for DC. Marvel can use Secret Invasion to reboot a lot of stuff, saying, "Oh, well, that character wasn't really dead. The Skrulls just had him in stasis, or this guy that you hated. Well, he was a Skrull. That wasn't really him." So they can do a lot of resetting there.
And I think that also works for casting purposes too, because with a
Yeah.
lot of shifts, I mean, we could see even a cast of, I mean, there's the Jonathan Majors situation right now where they don't know what to do. And then now it seems like there's some just other characters that, whether they're not wanting to do this anymore, or they're just, okay, I did it one time and I'm done. I mean, you have an opportunity to do a lot of major recastings and still keep storylines relevant to what we're looking at.
I think they just should bring in Kevin Bacon, like they did with the Christmas special. He can save any movie.
A lot of that Christmas special, I think, will become a tradition for a lot of people now.
I was so surprised at how good that was.
It was great. And Kevin Bacon.
That's what he can save anything. They should put him in Hollywood. That's yours for free.
Kevin Bacon is just, I don't know why him. This is gonna be Rob Lowe. When you just see them, you're like, oh, okay, you know what you're gonna get. Like, I don't know. Rob Lowe is like on every TV commercial. He'll just pop up randomly as a cameo, and I'm like, okay, man, like, cool. So,
yeah, he still had that problem with the nanny, though. You can't forget.
Oh, that's
people
right.
keep forgetting. Don't sneak on that.
Yeah, never mind. We probably won't be seeing him anymore right now. Marvel got way too many people right now that are yeah. So we'll just make sure that they stay under wraps. Hey, they were Skrulls. Okay, we didn't know that they were Skrulls.
Yeah, Rob Lowe was a Skrull. That wasn't Rob.
wasn't really him. Oh my god. I saw a recent trailer for the upcoming Haunted House movie that is going to be coming out from Disney. A Haunted Mansion, sorry. Haunted Mansion. I guess they're rebooting that movie, and it looks quite scary. I don't know exactly where they're going on, but the thing that catches my attention, Danny DeVito. How is Danny DeVito not a superhero by now?
He was almost Wolverine when Marvel first started. They had him
Yeah,
pegged.
because I was really thinking about for a lot of people know Danny DeVito from different projects. If you were to ask Jackie, she would say Danny DeVito from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Some people would say Danny DeVito from, oh, well, he was the Penguin. He was, a villain. But I think we need the Danny DeVito superhero.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
I,
But what superhero would he
I
be?
don't know. I'm thinking like Wolverine obviously was like you said was one.
He could
I
be
mean, there's
Puck.
I, you know, but seriously, like this guy, I mean, just you put him, Danny Trejo, some of these that they always do these major cameos. I mean, these are just people that I think that would be good, whether it's in DC or in Marvel, that I think just can make some really good impacts and just obviously bring more lightheartedness to some of the shows that maybe we're like, okay, because who would have thought Luke Wilson would have been so amazing in
Right.
Marvel?
Wow.
Right? Like, you would have never thought that, or like and then his character was actually kinda cool.
Yeah, he could. There's some things Dan DeVito could do. He could be Mr. Mistleplick, Oberon. There's a bunch of I don't want to say smaller statured people in the comics that he could pull off.
Yeah, hey, there's gotta be a comic for everybody. There's something for everybody. So, yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see, we'll see what happens, but we need to get Danny DeVito into a superhero movie, okay? So, wherever we can do that, let's make sure that happens, okay? Let's talk Barbies, bro, because that's what we do. We love to talk Barbies.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Yeah,
But
is that out yet?
not yet. By the way, major drop of the ball that the fact that they're not using that song to promote that.
Probably came down to money.
It had to have, right? But like you're making a Barbie movie. I'm sure you could splurge for the one-hit wonders of Aqua.
Well, you did bring in Margot Robbie and the dude, the hot
What's the
guy.
beautiful what I was say, what's the beautiful guy's name? See,
The
look,
beautiful.
we're doing real
He's so
we're doing really good with
pretty.
this Barbie. We're doing good with this Barbie talk. I know this is
Yeah,
gonna be bad. Someone's gonna get mad at me when I say Eva Mendes' husband.
lot from La La Land.
Yeah, there you go. See that guy. Yeah. Oh my
Gosling,
god.
Ryan Gosling.
Right there you go. Okay,
I knew
Ryan
it'd come to
Gosling.
me.
I know. I was like, he's the beautiful guy. Which one? I don't know. He's beautiful.
The hot guy, the one I can't stand.
Like I said, we are the two perfect individuals to talk about that. Collider Magazine says that there is a sequel currently that is in the works already for the live action Barbie movie. They've already begun discussions for a sequel. The first one hasn't come out yet.
Sorry, I was trying to let that sink in.
Yeah, no, they're really gonna play into this, man. They're really gonna go with the sequel. Margot Robbie says that it could go a million different directions from this point. If it fails, I mean, you're just pretty much basically in a trap. If you try to set it up, the first movie to be a sequel, it definitely is putting a lot of pressure to execute this first movie flawlessly. So I don't know, man. I mean, is there a lot of people? I mean, it goes back to that, our age when Barbies were, the hot item. I mean, I don't know if Barbies are the hot item right now.
I haven't played with Barbie. I mean, I don't know anybody who's played with Barbies in a long time.
I even know this is the Christmas collection Barbie of 1999.
I know for a while, man, the special edition Barbies were crazy expensive.
Yeah, no, I mean, can you imagine if you have some of these like stored these authentic, stored away, well taken care of? I mean, those gotta definitely be worth some money.
Yeah, I mean, they even had that Dia de los Muertos Barbie that sold
Yeah.
around here like crazy.
No, man, they definitely they corner the market, but this also leads to where they can eventually do a Mattel universe because
A
uh
Mattelverse?
Mattelverse. There you go, Mattelverse. I'm trying to think. Hasbro it looks like they're trying to do that with GI Joe and Transformers. You can eventually see them trying to create their own storylines, similar to like our favorite comic book storylines, where you can drag out it was Barbie, and then here's now Hot Wheels, and I don't know, man.
If they play it right, maybe Barbie will be the new Fast and Furious.
Oh,
Barbie X.
I say we try to see how many shows we can go without mentioning family, because we mention family every day, and it's all Vin Diesel's fault because of the way he says family.
He gets paid a lot just to say a couple words. With Groot, I'm Groot. Fast and Furious, every other word's family.
Troy, doesn't that just hurt your soul knowing that this guy's making at least 8, 9 figures to say family and I am Groot?
It does bother me quite a bit.
Well, no, man, because it's like you're Troy the Sleepless right now because you haven't slept in 16 days, and he just said I am Groot, and he's doing red carpet appearances, and
Hey,
Troy and I are out here throwing amazing ideas.
yeah, he just phones it in. What's my line? Okay, family. All right, guys, I'm done.
Like, oh wait,
Click.
we need to dub it. We need to dub it for Spanish. Familia.
I did to do. I haven't watched it in Spanish. That would be amazing. Who does the voice for him in Spanish?
The same guy who voices Goku for Dragon Ball Z. I tell you, man, that guy voices everything. Any show that I remember from my childhood, I'm like, why does Goku now sound like Ren and Stimpy? And now why does Goku sound like Vin Diesel in Spanish? It's
wow.
I know. I tell you. And meanwhile, we're out here throwing Hollywood some amazing ideas, like starting the Mattelverse.
I guess we're thinking too logical because I would have
Again.
never said, "Hey, let's make another Fast and Furious."
Exactly, let alone 10.
Yeah, let's bring in Jason Momoa.
Oh man,
That's what they should do for Barbie X. Bring in Jason Momoa
oh
to beat
gosh,
up Ken and take off with Barbie.
right? Or they do some type of like invasion of Barbie's dream house or whatever, and then I don't know, man. And ladies will love it because they're gonna get Barbies and Jason Momoa. So, and fellas will have to go watch it because they want to go see Jason Momoa and Barbie. So, you take the good with the bad. What other shows are you watching right now, Troy? What have you been on lately?
I think I've caught up on Silo on Apple.
Yeah,
and
that's
down on Apple TV. That one, and I've been meaning to catch up on Severance, but I'm still way behind. I fell down the rabbit hole last night, and they were playing Fiddler on the Roof, and I I got hooked into that. So there was like 3 hours of my life gone.
oh man, yeah, no, it's been a hot minute since I've Silo is one that you've mentioned that I need to get started, and I haven't had the time lately to just start, but I want to try to. Are they short episodes like a Ted Lasso?
I think they're 45 minutes to an hour
That's,
episodes.
that's still not bad.
It's a big mystery. Every episode builds up another question you want to get answered. So
By the way, just looking at the previous, it's a crazy concept for a show that it looks amazing. I mean, it looks great, and Apple TV I don't think they get enough of recognition that they should because the programming on there, I've watched quite a few shows on Apple TV Plus enough for me to say, hey, I'm gonna really need to keep this, not to watch any reruns, but to watch the originals that they have.
Did you end up watching Ghost yet with Chris Evans?
Not yet. Haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty funny.
Chris Hemsworth, the latest one, Extraction 2. Have you seen that one?
Not yet.
I got through half of it. A lot more action than the last one.
I know they already greenlit the third one, so
yeah. So I was like, could y'all wait for that announcement? I was like, I haven't finished the movie. Like, I was like, I don't want to know how this turns out. So, but no, seeing the first half of the movie, it's more. I mean, man, when you get a Hemsworth, we need to do as much action as possible.
Yeah, and if anything happens to him, you can always substitute in one of the other Hemsworths. From a distance, they all look the same.
Get Liam. He's the fill for Chris.
Yeah, he's not busy with Miley anymore. Bring him in.
Oh,
too soon?
That's too soon, man. And Miley ain't over that, man, right now. Thanks to Miley, we have to listen to her with her song for the next 6 months. And actually, that's Liam's fault. We're just gonna blame that one on Liam. So, Liam, you don't take your side chick to the house and let her know where you're going. Anyways, that's a whole nother
Dude,
story.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I know. I'm wrapped up in it. I am. I'm team Miley right now, bro. Yeah, no, it's nice to see the Avengers doing these other projects. Obviously, Chris Hemsworth, anything action, he's amazing. And Chris Evans, the project that he has on Apple TV Plus. I mean, I want to see that one. But for those that are looking for these like series and these movies, Apple TV Plus, man, they definitely they need to put some more
Yeah,
advertising to let people know to go over there because I think it could be a major contender for some of these other, HBO Max and everything else.
yeah, they're leaning pretty heavy into the sci-fi also on Apple TV. So if you're big into sci-fi, there's a couple series in there you're probably going to like.
I mean, from comedy to sci-fi, it's great, man. Apple TV Plus is one of those services you need to get a 3-month free membership and then try it out, and then get another one, and then another one, and yeah, that's usually
Kind
how
of
it
like the old
works.
Columbia House Records thing.
Oh man, 10 CDs for a penny.
I had a lot of CDs from. Actually, I had cassette tapes. That's how old I am.
Oh man, yeah, right. And I'd show up and be like, "Hey, can I buy all these? I have a bag of pennies. I need these many." Nope, yeah, it doesn't work like that, guys. Before we get out of here, I just seen earlier this morning. It looks like the Super Mario Brothers is getting ready to head to streaming. It looks like Peacock may be the one that's getting the movie.
I know it's. I saw when I last time I went to Albertsons. I saw them selling the Blu-ray there at the end of the aisle,
Hmm.
and then I checked on Amazon's charging though. You can buy
Yeah.
the digital download from Amazon. I'm like, no. So I'm glad Peacock's picking it up. I don't know if I have Peacock or not. I'm not sure
I'm
where I'm
not.
at in that rotation.
I need to double check with because I know there were some changes that recently happened with Peacock where if you were an Xfinity customer, you were no longer going to get that service for free. But I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on this. They said depending on the package that you purchased as far as your internet, it may determine if you get to still keep the service, the premium service for free till 2025. I think it's based on what service you have with Xfinity Comcast.
I had to look into that.
Yeah, no, I would have to look into as well. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I don't have that one, but if I do, then great. I still get Peacock for free. If I don't, well, here's 4.99 a month.
Yeah, for 1 month. I just want to see Super Mario.
Yeah,
I heard so much about it, and I've been avoiding most of the spoilers. Um, I
no,
just got to see Jack Black.
that song. I am surprised it is not a. I mean, it definitely is a trending song on TikTok, but I really at one point thought the song was going to chart in the top 40. I'm not mistaken. On this very show, I was like, yeah, Jack Black's gonna be in the top 40 with Peaches, and it was close, but not yet.
It might still happen. He's
Yeah.
gonna go after his
Oh,
EGOT.
you're right. That's right. He may just get it. Although it'd be kind of cool to see him at the award shows performing that.
He might win an MTV award for it.
Oh, well, for sure, the MTV Awards. I mean, he may, get a Razzie at this point, but if he could get a major award, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to see it. I've
It,
heard
it,
so much about it. I've been blocking everybody talking about it. So now I need to go and watch it so I can go and spoil it for people.
Troy, before we get out of here, hit them with your socials. Let them know how they can stalk you, how they can find you, and where they can, get those tickets for Comic Con.
Tickets for Comic Con on LasCrucesComicCon.com. You can just click on the little buy tickets button up there. And if you want to know who's coming, hit the guest thing up there, man. We got a bunch of guests. We're adding more. I just got a couple contracts in the email this morning. I'm gonna be adding those people. So definitely check that out. We're all over the interwebs. We got the Insta, the Meta, the YouTube, the Twitter, and TikTok. I need to learn where my camera's at.
Hey, I was still the same way when I was trying to figure out where to put this dog. I'm like, where is
See,
yeah, no, I couldn't figure this out. Well, they keep moving the camera in the studio. I'm like, okay, it was on this side, and now it's on this side. Can y'all just like, who is
don't know
moving
where to
this
look.
camera? I really don't. Next time that we log in, I'm gonna be like this.
Well, I used to, because I got a big screen, so I used to put the browser over here and the other stuff I was working on right here. And then I noticed when we were doing the podcast, I was looking over to the side all the time. I was like, hey, that looks dumb. Let me move this over here.
Where's he? Who's he looking at? It's like, oh, he's trying to have an eye-to-eye conversation, but he's looking at the screen. Well, that's how I am here because like I want to look down, but I can't because you're above me. So I'm just this would how the podcast would look. I'm like, wait, no, okay, I need to adjust this camera. So, guys, you can of course stalk me at the Meta, Instagram, Big Show FM on Instagram, and then Joey on the FM on TikTok. So, yeah, man. So you guys can keep up with the day-to-day life of your favorite nerds here. So, guys, this has been another edition of Zia Comic Weekly. We'll see y'all next week.
Later, nerds.